Hello and welcome to the Daily Dollar. I am Adam Shalafu, founder and host of the Hoopstradamus podcast and YouTube series, YouTube channel, all things Hoopstradamus. Joining me is the prophet himself, Hami Arain, on the Hoopstradamus hotline. Hami, happy Thursday.
Happy Earth Day.
Happy Earth Day.
Yeah, this is a very exciting day. Earth Day, one of my favorite days of the year, 2 days after April the 20th. And I pretty much celebrate the same way that I celebrate April the 20th.
And how do you celebrate
Just by
April?
hanging out in nature, hanging out with Earth, my good buddy Earth.
Yes.
Sometimes I pee on you, but it's nothing personal.
You ever seen the Lorax?
Is that the Dr. Seuss?
Yeah.
Is that Dr. Seuss?
It is Dr. Seuss.
I don't think I've seen the movie that came out in the 2010 or whatever it was.
Yeah, with Danny DeVito.
Is it good? Is it worth watching?
I think it's worth the watch. The original is always better, even though the original is a cartoon. But there's a lot of positive messages there. And you know me, I'm always joking. But the Earth, we got to protect it. And President Biden today talked about cutting our emissions by 50% by the year 2030. And that would be pretty cool. We won't get political on this show today, but I will say that I am all for reducing climate emissions. I think that we have a responsibility at this point. We got to do something with this Earth, and we got to protect it and fight for it, because the Lorax isn't real, And so
I'm thinking of the point, like, when is it going to be a time where we think it's too late, or is it already too late?
That's a great question, and I think that really it depends on the Earth itself. I think the Earth has an ability to fight back. I think we might underestimate it a little bit. Just look at the way all of a sudden there were dolphins swimming around in Italy when the first pandemic, or the first wave of the pandemic hit, because people weren't out there, people weren't polluting. And so I do think that the Earth could heal itself, and I don't think we should ever underestimate the power of creation to do things like that, but we would have to facilitate an environment conducive to healing for this great. And that's
Have you thought about going?
I wanted to be the president of the United States when I was a young child. Should I practice?
Dude, honestly, would you still want that job? Like, if almost 30-year-old you came down to 7-year-old you, and you ended up becoming the president, knowing everything you know, would you tell that kid? Would you tell him that's what you wanted to be doing?
I would tell that kid to make some different choices along the way if I wanted to be the president. But, I haven't ruled it out. I could run in, 2030 something, like 2040.
2036, 2032.
Yeah,
2032 probably.
About 2040. I'd have to really get my shit together. Not that I don't have it together, but I don't have it together to the point to be the leader of the free world. And I definitely wouldn't want to inherit what's going on right now, but I think we all have a responsibility to be good human beings, not just citizens. We have a responsibility to each other, and any healing, whether it's political healing or social healing or healing of the planet, it really does start with you. It starts with me, and it starts with the choices we make every single day. How can we be a positive influence as opposed to a negative influence? And how can we be more conscientious about the impact we do make and not overestimate the impact we have, but not underestimate the impact we have either?
Hold on one second. I'm just trying to tossing my tacos out the window here. That's the Earth,
Yeah, make sure you just toss them on the ground.
Yeah, they're there. Yeah, they're fertilized.
I can't tell if you're joking or not because I can't see you.
No, I am joking.
Okay.
I'm actually fasting. I've been fasting.
Oh, okay.
It's been tough.
What's
been tough, and I've been playing so much basketball while doing it. It's actually kind of funny because I'm trying to because every year during Ramadan, I feel like I gain weight. I'm not very religious usually, but I usually during Ramadan, I guess I just fast night because your family's going to be guilt tripping you if you don't do it with them. And if I do eat, I won't do it in front of them, obviously. But yeah, like it's weird. I always gain like 5-10 pounds because you're always downing food after sunset, and you just eat till you're so full. And then, the holiday comes, Eid comes, and then it's basically Christmas, and you're basically eating all day anyway. So I'm trying to play, I'm taking it 1 hour at a time. I'm trying to play as much basketball as possible, but it's hard not to cheat. I cheat sometimes. I just drink like a little bit of water, and that's it. I don't touch it anymore. Just like 2 ounces. I don't touch it anymore. But I know it doesn't really count, in like the sense of like, my dead relatives watching me do this, and they're like, yeah, we know that you cheat. And, what do you guys gonna do about it? Maybe they can get me back with karma. I don't know.
Lance Armstrong cheated, but he only had 1 testicle, and he raised a lot of money for cancer.
You know who also cheated? Barry Bonds.
Yeah.
And he's still the greatest player of all time in my lifetime.
You know who else cheated? Bill Clinton. He got a blowjob. Yeah.
You know who else cheated? LeBron James. Flopper, whiner, crybaby, cheater.
Oh my
goodness.
And I
believe, I do not doubt this guy, man. Dude, this guy, people always say, very loyal guy, LeBron James. I don't know, because I'm not sure if LeBron has been completely, absolutely, because there's been a lot of rumors with him with Miami Heat, fiddling around.
Oh, what kind of rumors? Fiddling around.
Fiddling around, those kind of things. Fiddling around with, talking to other women.
Oh.
And, if I were, I think her name is Savannah. If I were her, and I don't know why we're talking about this now with the Daily Dolla, but yeah, if I were her, I mean, maybe they had an understanding. I don't know. Maybe they had some sort of agreement. Maybe they got to a point where something like that has to happen. I don't know. I don't care. I shouldn't care. But people talk about LeBron. Like, they talk about the people who are least likely to cheat on their wives for some stupid reason. NBA fans talking about this shit. And LeBron comes up, and
that's
I'm like,
so stupid. Least likely to cheat on their wives.
Yes, the most loyal, the most faithful, and obviously Steph Curry's always making that list. And that seems, I guess it sounds about right. Russell Westbrook is making the list, but who's not making the list is James Harden. He's usually not there. He's not nowhere to be found. The masturbator. We can't find any love anywhere, any true love.
Yeah, he's been searching high. He's been searching low, but the more he looks, the more his beard does grow. Anyway, let's get into it. We got plenty of games, as you mentioned. This is the Daily Dollar, and if you're just listening or you're tuning in live on YouTube, we have our in dog years we have 7 people watching, and so that's very exciting. But in human years, that's just 1 person. So thank you, 1 person, whoever you are. Feel free to hit us up in the comment section. And if you're the person,
I gotta say that 1 person's been pretty damn consistent whenever we put this thing on, right?
I want to send this 1 person a T-shirt. I
think that would be a great idea. 1 person, please email us. What's the email?
foocorp@gmail.com. FOUXCORP @gmail.com. I'll get you a shirt, whoever you are. Anyway,
just give us your address, your social security. Just give us your middle name. Give us where you grew up. Give us your
mother's
maiden
middle name. Right, mother's maiden name, father's middle name.
Mother's maiden name. Yeah. What was your favorite teacher's name when you were in 3rd grade?
Yeah. Maybe what was your childhood pet's name? What's your shoe size? Just basic information, just because we want to get to know you better. Anyway, it is the Daily Dollar, and before we get started, I will say that I actually hit on a parlay last night. It was very exciting. Parlays are always a gamble, no pun intended, but
the true gamble.
Yeah, I thought it was a pretty conservative one, and there were a lot of good games last night, and so I didn't want to do anything outlandish, anything too crazy. The one that was closest was the Nuggets. I had them just...
Oh, my God. You bet on that game?
I did.
God. That game, that was one of the few games this season where I actually watched the whole thing.
It was a great
at
game.
some points I kind of passively watched some of it, but it was a damn great game.
Mm-hmm.
I know Lillard didn't play really well. I know, but Jokic is still the MVP case. I mean, still up there. Michael Porter Jr. had great. Moderna Pfizer Johnson played great.
He's been great lately. Moderna Pfizer Johnson. That's amazing. Yeah, I said that the Mavericks, the Jazz, and the Nuggets were going to win. So the only real risky one was the Nuggets. But I just felt like the Blazers were on the second night of a back-to-back, and I knew that they'd had some issues with health. Nurkic played, but he really hasn't been the same. And so,
it's crazy. It came down to that last shot by Powell. Almost made it. It was so close.
Yeah.
It was weird. I mean, yesterday we had 2 game winners where you're thinking, like, why didn't the main guy get it? Like 2 opportunities, right? Like yesterday we had that game, right? The Norman Powell going for the win. When usually it's kind of Damian Lillard going for that.
Right.
Was Lillard playing? He was playing, right? Yeah, he was playing.
Yeah.
He didn't play really well. He didn't shoot well, at least. But, why isn't he getting it? And then the Warriors-Wizards game, like, why isn't Steph Curry? I mean, like, Wiggins usually makes that kind of layup.
Yeah.
But Steph Curry's open in the corner, I get it. It's hard. It's fast.
Yeah, and I don't know.
Swinging the ball to Curry, it's the best play because it's Curry for the win from the corner. And dude, remember that? You remember that video, right? When he was at the Bulls practice facility making 105 threes in a row?
I mean, who? Steph Curry?
Steph Curry, yeah.
He made 105 in a row?
104, 103, whatever it was. Like, it was a couple months ago.
A three-pointer.
Do you remember that?
No, that's insane. I mean, like,
just look it up. It was at the Bulls practice facility. Like, you can see like Bulls banners in the background and stuff like that.
Good Lord. Well,
yeah, it was awesome. It was a pretty big thing too. But like, that's a shot from the corner, that for the win. And like, that guy's made that shot. He could literally make it 107 times in a row.
Unbelievable. Well, let's do it this way. Let's try to pick only if you're comfortable with it. Let's pick a few locks today, and let's try to do that every time. It's tough because a lot of these games,
I can't really find a lock for anything. Maybe New Orleans.
Yeah, I think that's let's start there. I think that's the closest I have to a lock. Yeah, the Spurs. Those are the 2 I'm most confident in. That the Pelicans are going to beat Orlando and that the Spurs are going to beat Detroit. But I think they're both close to a lock. But I don't think either is a lock.
I think the Pelicans are closer to winning than the Pistons are closer to losing, I guess.
I'm actually kind of surprised by some of these lines today too, and we'll get into that. There's one where I'm a little miffed about who the favorite is.
Now. Let's do that one.
Okay, all right, we'll start with that one. Yeah, the Chicago Bulls are the favorite against the Charlotte Hornets.
And I think that's because Charlotte's coming. Oh no, the Bulls are coming off the back-to-back. Charlotte, are they coming off the back-to-back too? I don't think so. Maybe not.
I don't think they did. They play last night?
I'm going to check right now.
Okay.
Yesterday, the 21st, the Charlotte Hornets did not play.
Yeah, so they did not play. So it's a rested Hornets team against a Bulls team that just got their ass handed to them. Like a stack of flapjacks.
I do believe the Bulls are going to come out fire at the beginning. They're going to come out looking pretty good, come out looking maybe a little more, a little more tuned up and stuff like that. But I think they're still going to lose by like 6 points.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I just don't understand how you can have the Bulls be the favorite over the Hornets right now. And the Bulls are such an enigma because this team, gets destroyed by Cleveland, but just beat Boston. Obviously, no Zach LaVine. And, the Hornets are dealing with their own injuries. Vernon Carey is their starting center. And I'm not sure who that is.
Fuck it, man. I'm going to go Bulls barely win. I think the Bulls will win at the buzzer. I'm going to go Bulls. I'm going to fuck it. I'm going to go right now. 106 to 105. The Bulls win.
Wow. That's pretty much exactly on line with Vegas right now.
Over.
Yeah, because the over-under is 210, so you're going over a total of 211. And you have the Bulls winning by 1. So you're saying the Bulls cover and it's an over. Wow. Yeah,
I can't believe the Bulls would cover like that. I mean, I guess that's the best. I mean, that's the only thing. You can only go over, right? With that.
Yeah.
You go even or over.
Yeah, I mean, if they hit it, they hit it, right? This is very interesting. So the Bulls average, their season average is really dropped down. For a while, it was just over 115 points per game. Now it's just under 112. And so their offense has really cooled off. And obviously, when they don't have their best offensive player, I think that'll be a factor. Charlotte still doesn't have LaMelo back, and still missing Gordon Hayward and Malik Monk. So I think both these teams should not be scoring as much as usual. And I do think that the Bulls will come out with a little bit of an edge after the embarrassing performance last night. I just don't understand how the Bulls are the favorite here with how shitty, frankly, they've looked lately. So
yeah, they've looked really bad. But like, I'm looking at like some of these these team stats. I guess these are just like basic, it's very basic stats, counting kind of stats, like league rankings.
Okay.
And the Bulls right now are average about 112.
Yeah.
And that's just a little over the Hornets. And their field goal percentage is a lot better. Free throw percentage is a lot better. The Hornets are a better three-point team for sure.
Yeah.
So that's like their big thing. And they're slightly better with blocks. They can average like 0.5 more blocks per game. But in terms of assists and like rebounds, they're kind of even. The Bulls are slightly ahead in both. But like the Hornets, I mean, it might come down to how hot they are from shooting, and like they're rested. So I like, and anyone who's watching, like, we're diehard Bulls fans.
Yeah, we
you
are.
guys don't know.
Full transparency.
We're diehard Bulls fans, but I could easily see the Hornets winning this one, 101-94. And the Bulls, I'm just picking the Bulls tonight just because, I think we might see a game winner or something like that. Zach LaVine or Vooch. Let's give it to Vooch. Let's give it to Vooch for a game winner.
Oh, that would be great. Yeah.
I think LaVine, is LaVine a game time decision? No, he's out.
No,
he's out. What am I talking about? I forgot about that.
He's out. Yeah.
I totally forgot about that.
I'm going to go Charlotte.
Vucevic against this Vernon Carey guy. I think he might torch him. I don't know.
I'm not. I thought Vernon Carey was a football player from like 10 years ago. I thought he was a lineman. But
Drew Carey's son?
Maybe. I've never heard of this guy, and that's saying something because we watch a lot of basketball. But I think that the Chicago Bulls lose this one. I think it's going to be about 109-106. So I think it is going to be close. But I just don't understand how the Bulls can be the favorite with how they've looked lately. I understand that, the Hornets aren't playing their best basketball, but the Bulls are on the second night of a back-to-back, and they just got smoked. So the only way they do win this is if they come out guns a-blazing. But, like, you look at that starting lineup for the Bulls, it's Kobe White, Garrett Temple, Patrick Williams, Daniel Tyson, Nikola Vucevic. My faith in Kobe White has been fleeting all season, and I just don't trust him at this point. I hate to say, because I had very high hopes for him going into the season, but I think that Devontae Graham and Terry Rozier are going to be a real problem for the Bulls backcourt, and that could lead to a high-scoring game. And someone people don't talk about enough is P.J. Washington. P.J. Washington and Miles Bridges are going to be a problem as well. And so I just don't think the Bulls are going to be able to guard the Hornets. And the Hornets are kind of an underrated team. And so what did I say, 109-106?
Yeah, you got the Hornets winning?
Yeah. And so that is I am going with the over with you. So we're both taking the over. And I think that's smart because that factors into neither of these teams are necessarily elite defensive teams, and both give up around or both score around 111 points a game, and so that should be closer to like 220 in theory if the numbers are going to reflect that tonight. So one down, you got the Bulls.
Vernon Carey, by the way, Vernon Carey, second round, 32nd overall pick, is the son of Vernon Carey Sr.
And is Vernon Carey Sr. a football player?
Yeah, yes.
Wow.
Yeah, he played for the Dolphins.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
What a moment, folks.
Yeah, this is really cool. And, he is he's from Florida, it looks like. Obviously, I guess his dad played for the Dolphins. And he played for the Hornets. He's on the Hornets, what am I talking about? He played for the Greensboro Swarm, their D-League team. He's kind of fresh off their D-League.
Okay.
But, yeah.
Amazing. I knew Vernon Carey was a football player.
Apparently, he was one of the top-ranked players, from high school, from the high school class. But
that's incredible.
Yeah, well, we'll see. This guy was born in February 2001.
Jeez, he's a baby.
Yeah, he's 20 years old.
All right, let's head down to the Alamo. They say never forget the Alamo or don't forget the Alamo. What do they say about the Alamo? Maybe they do say
2005 finals rematch. That's what they say.
Oh, You know who's really freaking good, Hami, that people aren't talking about yet? And if you see, and I'll take a look actually for the good listeners. I'm going to see if there's any props for this guy today. But you know who's a absolute stud and putting up monster numbers lately is Isaiah Stewart, the starting center for the Detroit Pistons. And this guy was a one and done with the Washington Huskies last year. And I got to see him up close and personal covering some Pac-12 basketball. And he actually reminded me a lot of Andre Drummond. That was my comparison, ironically. And he's got a better jump shot than Drummond, but just like kind of freaky, like that almost like Donkey Kong type build where like your shoulders have shoulders and those shoulders also have shoulders, like, you know, just a massive human being where no matter what he's wearing, it's going to look tight. But in recent games, Isaiah Stewart has just been putting on a show. Well, I guess not yesterday. He only played 16 minutes yesterday, 6 rebounds. But here's the few games before that. He had 21. 21 rebounds against the Thunder in 32 minutes, 15 and 21 against the Thunder, 19 points and 12 rebounds against the Wizards, and then 18 points and 16 rebounds against the Cleveland Cavaliers. And so obviously the Spurs are a really good team. He might not go absolutely crazy, but I'm seeing if there is a line on what he can do on the rebounds. And there isn't. But if one does emerge, I would take the over if it's 10. 10, he'll get more than 10 rebounds tonight. And keep an eye on that guy just in general. But what were you going to say about Isaiah?
Yeah, it's funny they mentioned because I wasn't sure where you were going to go with that. I thought you were going to say Saddiq Bey or Killian Hayes.
Yeah, they got kind of a fun young core.
Pistons fans are very excited for those 3 guys.
Yeah, and that's where like this could be a trap game for the Spurs. That's where I hesitate to call it a lock, but the Spurs are healthy right now. They're just a shade under 500, and they're trying to stay in this playoff mix. But Derek White is back, and he's really one of the more underrated players. When he's healthy, he's a really nice piece for them. But when you have a healthy Dejounte Murray, a healthy Derek White, DeMar DeRozan, Keldon Johnson, who's been really nice for them, and Jacob, who's, you know, he's a serviceable center. He's certainly not living up to the hype that he once had when, you know, he was supposed to be the stud, you know, back when he was in college. And I digress. But the San Antonio Spurs on a little bit of a struggle right now. They're 4-6 in their last 10, just like the Pistons. But I got to go with the better team. Weird things can happen. The over-under is 217. San Antonio is almost a 9-point favorite. The Detroit Pistons seem to they keep it close until the fourth quarter. And so I think this one could be interesting, but I do feel like they have a good chance to cover. It just won't look that way till late. Let's see. What's your prediction? I'm going to pull up some charts here.
I got the Spurs winning by 7, 114 to 107.
Wow. Okay. I'm going to go Spurs 109, Pistons 98. So the Spurs cover, and I believe that is an under. Yeah, that's an under.
Yeah.
I feel like it should be a slower game. But if the Spurs get hot, sometimes that offense, when the ball moves with them, sometimes they're just problematic.
Yeah.
And so I feel more confident about the Spurs winning. I think they should cover, but it will be close. It's 8.5. But I feel good about the Spurs. I'm going to call that one Spurs money line. I'm going to call a lock. I think they need this win, and they're too disciplined to lose to a team like Detroit. So I'm going Spurs is one of my locks. But just money line. I can't guarantee that they cover that spread. I can't guarantee anything. In case you missed the we always say at the beginning or at the end. I guess we didn't today, but we don't know the future, folks. We just really don't know the future. We try, and I know that you've been eating cloves of garlic every morning to try to like enhance that part of your brain that sees the future. And I even sent you a package of fresh green beans, and you've been putting those in a blender, not during Ramadan, of course, and then putting those with flaxseed oil and moon juice. Moon juice is juice that comes from the moon, and that helps you see a few moons into the future. But has that been working for you?
Yep, I just got that, and I also got a shot of liquid ecstasy too, so it's been good.
Perfect. Yeah, I've been drinking a lot of Wolfsbane, and it's been quite...
Wolfsbane? That sounds like a soccer team.
Yeah, the Wolfenhausen. Is that a soccer team?
Wolverhampton? I think Wolverhampton.
Yeah, maybe. We should start a soccer
play
show.
In the Premier League.
Yeah. Not the Super League though. Let's move on to. We'll save the best ones for last. Well, these next three are honestly. Well, yeah. Let's go to Disney World. Let's go to Disney World, and then we'll save
next
the
lock.
Yeah.
Well, let's just quickly get this over with here. I mean, I got the Pelicans. I mean, this could be a close game. This could be pretty close, but I think the Pelicans are going to win this one, 118 to 112.
Interesting. Okay, yeah, I'm going to go over. Pelicans 117, Magic 104. And so I think that they cover the spread. Who knows? The Magic really do play teams pretty tough. And Wendell Carter Jr. has been really nice lately. And that's a good look. I saw the odds for him for a triple-double were, I believe it was plus 130 last I looked. And so I do like the odds there if you want to take a player prop on Wendell Carter getting a double-double. He's been cranking those out lately with the Magic. And good for him. He found a new home there, and he's thriving. But this is a pretty healthy New Orleans Pelicans team. Alexander Walker is out, but apart from that, they aren't really missing any key components. Lonzo, Bledsoe, Ingram, Zion Williamson, and Steven Adams. That's just too much. And so I think that's a lock that the Pelicans get the job done in Orlando. And so those are your two locks, Spurs and Pelicans tonight. Now things get really interesting here. Let's head down to the big star, the Lone Star State, not the Alamo, but the Dalamo, the Dallas area. It's the Los Angeles Lakers, who look like they're going to get Anthony Davis back. He's a game-time decision right now, but I think he's going to be back tonight. And so it's no longer the hapless Lakers. Like, they're starting to come back now, and that's going to be a problem when this is the first time we're going to get to see Anthony Davis and Andre Drummond. I think there could be some chemistry issues as they look to kind of like feel each other out. There might be some rust for Anthony Davis, and that's why I think the Mavs win in a close one, but this one really could go either way because, I mean, Anthony Davis is such a special player. He's probably very well rested. Keep an eye on Dennis Schroeder, game time decision. And a lot of game-time decisions. Marcus Gasol, Markieff. Do they have Markieff or Marcus Morris?
They have Markieff Morris.
Okay, yeah, Markieff Morris. And then, but Dallas is really healthy. Maxi Kleba is a game-time decision. Apart from that, they're full strength. And they've been really good. I think this smells like a Luka game, where he just seems to really step up against some of the higher competition, and especially with the Blazers losing last night, the Mavs, they don't want to be in a play-in situation. And so they're in the 7th spot right behind the Blazers. I think they have a lot to play for, and it's always a big game when you're playing against the Lakers, whether LeBron James is playing or not. And so this one is going to be a really, really good game, but I just feel like the Mavs, fully healthy Mavs, should be able to take care of this one. It would be different, obviously, if LeBron James was playing, but it's totally understandable why this is the TNT game.
Yeah, I mean, because they schedule that stuff way ahead in advance, so
yeah,
this is the assumption that LeBron is playing, and they wanted to get this matchup. I get the Mavs winning as well, 110 to 104, but I could also see overtime. So if it's overtime, it'll be a little bit more than that.
Oh, that would be so exciting.
Yeah.
what a game to have on TNT. So I'm going. Today's podcast brought to you by TNT. We know drama. I'm going Mavs. So Davis and Drummond, I think, are going to be kind of tough, but I think they might be able to expose Andre Drummond a little bit on the pick and roll, and the Mavs love that pick and roll. So I'm thinking Mavs put up 112, and the Lakers right on their heels. Let's give them 109. And so that I'm going 112, 109. So the spread is -3.5. And so the Mavs just barely missed that, but I obviously don't feel super comfortable about that, saying that I have it so close. It's not going to be comfortable cover. And the over-under, I just wouldn't touch this game. If you are going to go with it, I would just take Mavs on money line. Like I myself might take Mavs on money line because I do feel confident they'll win. But as far as how many points are going to be scored or them covering the spread, I have zero faith because I do think this could turn into a defensive battle, especially with Anthony Davis returning. So Lakers are a really good defensive team. Let's move on we got 2 games left. We'll save the game of the night for last. And so we'll go to Boston. And Hami, it's just about 3 years ago, maybe a little longer ago, that we went to a Bulls game in disguise as Phoenix Suns fans. I think we even had like fake names. We were wearing Suns jerseys. We were also celebrating Earth Day that day. And it was a wonderful time. And we talked about how the Phoenix Suns were an exciting young team. And they really didn't even have, like, I think it was just Devin Booker's like the only guy they still have on that team. But they're extremely exciting now. They're a game and a half out of first place in the league. They're must watch. And meanwhile, the Celtics are kind of getting it together. They're 8 of their last 10. So they're starting to show that they are a good team too. This is one where you might want to just flip a coin. I don't know. I don't feel comfortable really going with either team here, especially considering that the Celtics are always a really good home team. And their home record is 18.
Yeah, this is a tough one.
Yeah.
This is a tough one because the Celtics the Suns played last night, and they played a great game against the Sixers.
Yeah, and the Suns are damn
Celtics
good on the road. They're 19-7 on the road, where the Celtics are 18-11 at home. And so, yeah, it's just really hard to bet against the Suns right now, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a rematch of the 1976 finals 45 years later. I think I'm going to go Suns barely winning, and I'm going to pick overtime. I'm going to go overtime 119 to 114 in overtime.
Wow. Over in the Suns cover. I like that. Yeah, I'm going to go Celtics. Super close. 112 to 110. So I'm also going on the over there. But I think
is that a game winner for Kemba?
I think it's a game winner for Tatum.
Tatum, okay.
Yeah.
I feel like Smart has been due for a game winner.
If I'm the Celtics, I'm not going to lie. He's not the guy I want taking that shot, though.
I know. I was just kidding because Smart never gets that chance.
Oh, but he'd love to, though. But he is clutch.
Yeah.
Evan Fournier is out. Yeah. That's a good thing to know. Evan Fournier is out. Robert Williams is out. Ooh, I didn't realize Robert Williams is out. I changed my mind. Same score, flip it. Suns win 112-110.
Is that a Chris Paul game winner? Is that a Michael Bridges game winner? Saric for the win.
It's someone in the Celtics misses. They try to force overtime, or they do hit that and it goes to overtime, and then your score is correct.
119-114. Suns win.
Yeah.
Ojale hits a big 3 at the buzzer to overtime.
And everyone says, Ojalali, golly, what a day. Like from Robin Hood. And we're not talking about the stock thing. I still don't understand that. Let's not even get into that. Here we go. Game of the night. We've been saving it for last. The Milwaukee Bucks dollar bills, y'all. The Milwaukee Bucks. They got big bucks, and they cannot lie. And the Eastern Conference can't deny that Giannis is still really good. And I always look forward to him against Joel Embiid. Harris, Curry, and Simmons, all game-time decisions. This one's in Milwaukee, as I said. The only injury for Milwaukee is the game-time decision for Giannis. I think all of these guys wind up playing as long as they can because it's a huge, huge game, really. You know, the Bucks are just 3.5 games behind Philly. Philly knows that the Nets are right on their heels, and this is where seeding gets really important this time of year. And so
Did you see you see the spread here?
What's the spread?
It says here,
yeah, -8. I'm shocked.
Milwaukee.
Yeah, I don't like that at all.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't like that one at all.
Maybe they're banking on Simmons not playing. I don't know.
Yeah,
because Giannis is also GTD apparently.
Yeah, I mean, keep an eye on those. Maybe people know something we don't right now, and it's a lot of this information comes out like in I don't know about 6 hours from now, 6-7 hours from now. Right now it's 11 Mountain time.
So a lot of time. By the way, did you see that shot yesterday or that almost make by Embiid?
No. Oh yes, insane. I did see it.
Yeah, dude. That would have been the greatest shot in NBA history if he'd made that.
Just unbelievable. Gets the rebound, one arms it, heaves
almost
it.
Had it.
Almost took him right there to Splash Mountain. I don't understand because I think the Sixers have a really good chance to just outright win. And I kind of think they do.
Yeah.
I don't understand it.
So you got the Sixers winning.
Yeah, I got the Sixers winning. It's over under 225. And before I give you a prediction, I'm going to look at a few numbers here just to get a better feel for it. These teams are both relatively healthy. And so I just, like I said, for the life of me, I don't understand how they're...
Are the Bucks fake money?
Oh, counterfeits? The Bucks average 119 points per game. That's pretty damn good. The Sixers average 113. So I do like the over on this one. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. And I could see it kind of like intensifying down the stretch. Geez, these guys, they're just fun to watch against each other too. And I think it's going to get a little chippy. I think we could get into the 120s here, though. I'm definitely feeling good about the over 225.
It could hit overtime, I guess. And that certainly get over 120. I got the Sixers winning 116 to 113, basically the same score as they lost yesterday.
Wow. I'm going, the Sixers are in a second of a back-to-back, so that could be key. I'm going 121, 119 Sixers, but they're going to have to really sweat it out.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be a tough one. It's going to be a great game, though. I mean, this is the fans. This is a win for the fans. I mean, assuming Giannis is playing, of course, and Simmons and stuff like that.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Keep an eye on all those game time decisions. Hami, we've made it through all our games today. Do you want to talk about anything else before we wrap this one up?
Nothing really. I mean, it's gonna be a good day for Earth. Good Earth Day. Make sure you ride your bike. As I am sitting here in my car saying this, and it's gonna be very fun. And I think those tacos are starting to fertilize, so maybe they'll turn into something.
I'm gonna have to throw in some Neil Young. When people listen to this, they'll be hearing some Neil Young. It's a new day for the planet. It's a new day for love. Something like that.
Is that like a birthday song too? Because is it Earth's birthday? Is that what this is? Is that what this is about? Earth's birthday?
Let me just ask God for you.
I have no idea. Ask Siri.
But yeah, man, Neil Young. It's a new day for the. Have you ever heard that song? A New Day for Love.
No, I haven't, but
it's the best.
Maybe if it comes on.
I'm
hearing it right now. Yeah, I think this sounds really familiar. Yeah.
It's the best Earth Day song there is. It's a new day for the planet. It's a new day for the sun to shine down on what we're doing. It's a new day for love, and we support you, Neil Young. with your genius. And today's podcast brought to you by Neil Young, the greatest of Neil Youngs. My bicycle is named after Neil Young. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that. Is your bike going to be canceled soon?
Gosh, I hope so. Did Neil Young get canceled?
No, I don't know. I was just saying that just because you never know. Yeah, hopefully that doesn't happen.
I'm canceling the cancelers.
He's not blackballed into the other.
From now on, I'm canceling the cancelers. It's a double negative. I am Xing out the X's. Boom.
That's what Earth Day is all about.
Yeah.
Canceling out. Canceling out.
Yeah. That's right.
Damn cold.
We can't cancel out the Earth. We love the Earth. Happy Earth Day, everybody. Hoopstradamus podcast. We love you. Ending the stream now. Bye. All right.